Hi, this is Gene from Crayfish Man. I wanted to talk today about how I took a couple of old silos and made them into crayfish tanks. Right here, these tanks were originally wood, and as it turns out, they were not restorable. So I saved all the silo staves, and then I had the problem of converting these to tanks. First problem was that the base of these silos went down about 8 feet. So I had to get somebody to fill that in with some fill. And then we went and crisscrossed this with rebar, because when we poured that cement slab, we did not want it to crack, because then obviously all the water's going to leak out. And then there was a pipe that went through to another tank and then out to my ponds. So that was the first problem, pouring the base. Then the second problem was the sides were fairly porous, made of that rough stone, and probably wouldn't hold water real well. So what I did was I took this cement patch you get in a bag and mix with water, and I just took rubber gloves and I rubbed it on there for a facing, and it did hold water pretty well. You know, every year or two I'd have to patch it a little bit, but that worked real good. And with the proper aeration, I could hold 1,500 pounds of crayfish in this tank. There are some drawbacks to a outdoor tank like this. First off, you have access, you know, raccoons and animals like that have access to it. So when I was using this tank, I had a 6-foot fence around to keep out the raccoons, and they were pretty lazy. They wouldn't crawl over that fence. And the other problem was, the first time I put a few hundred pounds of crayfish in here, certain species of crayfish will crawl right up the side of that cement, and they were crawling right out. So I had to take what they call these barn panels, which is thin plastic, cut it so I'd have like a kind of a lip over the edge, and when the crayfish tried to crawl up, they couldn't get out. But it worked pretty well. Over time, I got so many markets that I didn't need this outdoor storage. I had enough tanks inside the barn. So I took one of these tanks and I converted it to a raised bed garden. And that's really worked out pretty well. I had a 8-foot tall tomato plant in here last year with hundreds of little cherry tomatoes. And but if the person wanted, they could take this dirt out and it would be a tank just like that. And then the outlet of the tank goes out to my little pond out there. And rather than just drain it on the ground, I run it out to a little pond too. So this really worked out well. I kind of jokingly refer to it as surf and turf, because I got the aquaculture end here. You could put catfish or whatever you wanted in here. And this is your food end, your plant end. So that's my surf and turf. Thanks, folks.